some endings aren't explosive, they're steady. And that's what this eclipse is revealing. If something in your life suddenly feels clear, not dramatic, just undeniable, this reading is for you. So let's look at what the collective needs to know the day after the eclipse. Here we have the spread for today, March 4th. And welcome back to Healing Frequencies Collective. Today is the day after the eclipse. And the eclipse energy is always intense. It reveals things. It pulls things out of shadow. It disrupts stagnation. But the day after the eclipse is different. And this is a very unique and significant eclipse. And that being said, the day after is still not dramatic. The day after is about integration. And so today, we're looking at what does the collective need to know the day after the eclipse. Take a breath. Let your nervous system settle. This is not chaos energy. This is grounding energy. So let's look at the spread. The overall energy, we have the 5 of Wands underneath the deck. And this is friction, right? This is not catastrophic conflict, but it's internal friction. It's competing voices, it's competing narratives, maybe a little bit of mental static. And after an eclipse, this makes sense, right? We've seen something clearly, and now our old identity and emerging identity are adjusting to each other. This is the kind of friction that turns a grain of sand into a pearl, right? This is growth friction. It's not destruction, it's recalibration. And that takes us to the heart of the spread. So, present situation, Ace of Pentacles. This is beautiful. It's not fantasy, it's not wishful thinking, it's not emotional drama. This is something real, right? Pentacles are earth, it's tangible. It's a new seed, a new opportunity, a grounded beginning, and a shift in how we're showing up in the world. The eclipse revealed something, and now we're being asked to build differently. So this is self-respect in action. This is stability over intensity. This is I'm planting something that can actually grow. And crossing that, we have the 6 of Swords. So this is leaving something behind emotionally. This is not in chaos or rage or collapse. It's just moving towards calmer waters, right? And the 6 of Swords, swords are mental energy. But look at all these waters here, right? That's the emotion. And this is a conscious transition, right? This is a choice. That's the mental energy of the swords here. And we can't stay where we were, not because we've been forced out, but because we've outgrown it. So the Ace is saying plant here, and the 6 is saying don't go back there. Don't go back to where we came from. And in the root of the spread, the number 3 card, we have the High Priestess. And this is intuitive knowing. This shift didn't come from outside pressure. It didn't come from someone convincing you. It didn't come from drama. It came from observation, right? That's the High Priestess does. She observes, she knows things. She's very in touch with her intuition. And this is what happened, right? We saw something clearly. We felt something clearly. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's that kind of a thing. And the High Priestess, she doesn't argue. She doesn't chase. She knows. She's all about that inner truth. That's why she has secrets. This entire shift is rooted in inner truth. And so we go to the recent past, the 2 of Swords. And this is the blindfold card, right? This is avoidance. This is limbo. I don't want to decide. Maybe we knew something wasn't aligned, but we weren't ready to look at it fully. This is a crossroads and kind of a stagnation, right? And the eclipse removed this blindfold. So now being neutral and prolonging this decision, it's not comfortable anymore. And that brings us to the card number 5, message from above, also the timing card, and it's the 8 of Wands. So this is momentum. Things start to move quickly now. Conversations, realizations, decisions, emotional shifts. This is the break of stagnation. There's no more limbo energy here. We don't have to force it. This is already moving. Wands are fire. These are flying through the air. This is action. And then the immediate future, we have the Nine of Swords. And so let's be honest, this is a heavy card. And the reason it's in the immediate future is this is the processing, this is the anxiety, this is, did I do the right thing? This is our nervous system rewiring and us recalibrating into a new identity. It's not free. There's some mental anguish that comes with that. You know, integration is not easy. Right? When we integrate things, we often have to face parts of ourselves that are maybe not our favorite, or we're not the most proud of, or maybe things that we weren't aware we were doing. And coming face to face with that can be very difficult. So we may be grieving what could have been, might be replaying conversations, maybe feeling waves of sadness for what could have been but is not. And it doesn't mean that we made the wrong choice. It means that we're human. And also importantly, this means that we haven't hardened. Right? We're still open, and we're still feeling our feelings. You know, we haven't shut down. And this makes a lot of sense to me leading into the Hermit card, which is in the you position, or the you, your thoughts and feelings. And this is really powerful. This is a wise withdrawal, not isolation, not collapse, integration, right? And the Hermit's got his lantern here. You know, it's not a lot of light, but it's enough light for him to see the next couple of steps. And you know, he's looking down. He's not looking up at the horizon. He's concerned with what's immediately in front of him. The Hermit is also, when we think about him looking down, you know, that's him looking within himself, right? Doing the internal work. This is our internal guidance over external validation. We don't need applause. We don't need agreement. We need alignment within ourselves. That's the crux of the Hermit story in any context. You know, when people would go out into the desert to find truth, it was for the isolation, so they could look within. And so in the others position, the number 8 card, we have the Ace of Wands. And, you know, other people might be feeling activated, inspired, passionate, impulsive, and there might be a mismatch in pacing, right? If we went through a big rebirth through the eclipse, you know, you might be integrating deeply and others might be moving quickly. And that's okay. Not everybody processes at the same depth or speed. Another way that I see this is that after these changes and this integration, other people are perceiving that change in us, and they may be bringing us new opportunities, right? Or collaborating with us on a new project with some passion, right? The wands are fire. So moving on to the number 9 card, your hopes or fears. We have the 9 of Cups. And, you know, we want fulfillment, but we might be afraid of settling for almost. We might be afraid of settling for 9 cups instead of 10 again. We may be afraid of repeating patterns, or afraid of getting comfortable with something that's not quite enough, that doesn't fully nourish us. And so this is self-awareness. This is saying, you know, we deserve emotional satisfaction that's real and that's not imagined. And this could also be feeling emotionally secure just within ourselves too. And then in the outcome, we have the world. So this is a cycle closing, not dramatic collapse, not revenge, not chaos, but completion. In the major arcana, this is the very last card. It signifies the end of a major cycle and the beginning of a new one. And this is huge for the potential outcome of this situation. This really signifies the magnitude of this change. And, you know, and then we integrated something, right? If we think about this in terms of like the hero's journey, you know, the hero gets the call, maybe refuses the call, heeds the call, goes on their adventure, gets something, and is changed by the experience, right? And then they start over. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here, is that we've learned something, we've integrated something, we've been changed by this experience of the rebirth of the eclipse, or the work that we've done around that. And that's powerful. And we don't go back to the version that existed before this eclipse, right? Again, this is the hero's journey, and we are forever changed. And that's powerful. This isn't about getting everything you want. It's about graduating from what you've outgrown. And so the overall message the day after the eclipse is this: the truth is out, move calmly, build something real, expect some emotional processing, trust the completion. This isn't the end of your story, it's the end of a chapter. And what you build next, that's yours. So take your time, stay grounded, and plant wisely. And if you're still with me, I want to thank you for watching this reading. I hope that this is helpful for you. And these cards show up in different ways in everybody's life. So just be aware and use your discernment, right? If any of this seemed surprising or you had to stretch it to fit for you, maybe it's not your reading, and we'll get you the next time. Either way, I'll have another reading up for you soon. Thanks.